And that's about all it will do. Hi guys, welcome back to Raymore Repair. Hey, we found this air compressor and we brought it home, plugged it in, and it'll pump up to about 45 psi, and that's all it will do. It will not pump anymore. So I thought we'd take a look at it and see if we could figure out why it's not pumping up more. We'll unplug it, let the air out. Then we'll grab some tools and start pulling this stuff apart and see what we find. Well, we got a bar on here with the gauges, the regulator, and the hose outputs. And that goes down to a manifold, and the manifold leads into the compressor housing. So our next step is to get this out of here, open it up, and see what we got. We have some Oetker style clamps here to deal with, and I just yanked it off. I'll put regular clamps back on it. We got to get these lines off to get this box to slide out of here. Now we're going to concentrate on this part. There's screws in a bunch of these holes. The question is what kind of screws are they? Feels like they might be Phillips. There we go. Basically what we got here is just an electric motor, and it has a belt that comes down here and runs a crankshaft. The crankshaft runs the piston. The piston compresses the air. There should be a couple of check valves up in here to make all this work. There'll be some somewhere, and I suspect up here. I'm going to take this line loose so I can get this wiggly bit out of the way. There we go. Yeah, that was pretty stinking loose, but it's got a pretty good rubber washer there. There's another one in there, so. All right, we'll pull the head off of it and see what we got. Got a feeling it's not much. What do you think? 4? Ah, look at that. First time. These are reeds, and they're supposed to cover up all the holes. You can see how this one is covering up a hole. right here. The rest of them aren't covered up. We don't have reeds on 3 of our holes. That would be the reason why this sweetheart doesn't work right. Alrighty, I put this in the vise and I got it knocked loose, so we'll go ahead and pull the connecting rod off of the pulley, crankshaft, crank pulley. This thing that turns rotational force into up and down force. This is the piston and connecting rod, all as one unit. This is a piston ring, and these screws on the bottom down here hold this plate on, which holds the piston ring in place. This is a cylinder. We'll clean it up. It's got some rust in it. This is an oilless type compressor. If you ever wonder what's in one of these sweethearts, you're looking at it. This is how cheap and cheesy these things are. Bearing feels good. Cylinder looks like crud. But this reed is our main problem. That's the reason this thing got thrown away, or put out, was the reed. And this also, this is the top piece. It sits on here like this, ish, like that, and seals up, like we took it apart. Piston goes down here. This is the top of the head. And these reeds aren't in very good shape either due to water ingestion. But this is a whopper. That's why it died. So we'll see if we can get one of these. Also, I broke a fitting taking this apart, the triple fitting on the tank. I'll have to get one of those. So we'll see what we can get for parts, and then we will see if we can put this back together and actually save it. This is our new one, and it has reeds everywhere on both sides. This sits on here. These are the intake reeds, and these are the exhaust reeds as far as the cylinder is concerned. Also got a new cylinder. Our other one had a little damage inside of it from rust and what have you. So got a new cylinder for it as well. And I broke this, taking it apart. So I had to get one of those. And I've already pulled the guts out of this one and stuck them into this one. And all this is a check valve. The compressor attaches to this one. There's a check valve in here. This goes to the tank, this goes to the shutoff, and this goes to the manifold, the part that has the gauges and everything on it. All right, here we go. Put our piston in our cylinder. Put our cylinder in place. Now we're going to connect our connecting rod. I know this is oilless, but I just can't stand to put that together completely dry. Give that its final torque there. Next, we've got to put our plate on. I don't remember exactly what they called this. Saddle plate assembly. That's what this is called. And I also have new O-rings for it. And there's the head assembly. It's going to sit in here. They're just kind of like that. And then we'll set this sweetheart on here in the direction of which I think it should go. It's looking a lot like that direction. Something feels funky. I think we're okay. Now we roll the whole thing over because the screws are on this side that hold this thing together. Feels like we're just trying to clamp down on those rubbers. Well, that's looking pretty good. Let's get some screws in it. All right, our compressor unit is back into its place. Now all I've got to do is hook up some lines. All right, now that's down below the rubber foot. These can come through the holes. That can sit down like that, and that's pretty much close to what our end product looks like. I think we're done.